Hi, welcome back to Big Sugar. We're about ready to check our bees. The whole kind of idea behind our bees are where Michelle and I both have allergies, so to help with allergies and for the honey or the wax to do like waterproof boots and even candles eventually. And the bees we got are this hive here is Russian. They are more of a disease resistant bee, and that's kind of why we went with them. They are also a more docile bee, even though when we put this hive in, you might have heard us talk on a previous video of being stung. Yeah, they can be temperamental, but for the most part they are pretty docile.
So you're not going to use a smoker right now?
We're not going to use a smoker right now. I know last year the entire time I never smoked, and I never suited up last year. So this hive, we're going to try to just do it like we did last year, but with a hood until I make sure they're not going to be just angry bees. But
okay.
We're gonna.
So we'll get you suited up here. There's your little hat, and we'll go over here and check the bees. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
If you really wanted to do it better, a button-up shirt's probably not the best way to go, but I can't find my hoodie today, so.
Oh, that's because it's at my house.
But.
Sorry.
More important thing, if anything, is make sure they don't get to your face. If not, you'll be like me and have to go to the hospital because you got stung 15 times in the face.
All right, so we're gonna stand back here and we're gonna try and zoom in. Because I do not want to get stung. This fat camera guy doesn't like to get stung. I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there at the bottom right corner, that's where they're coming in and out at. We're going to stay back here at a safe distance in case he needs to run. I can jump back in the car. Alright, so we're going to call that there. Anything special of note?
No, you want to go?
Oh, let me zoom back out here.
I can take them and show them kind of inside the hive.
Alright, go ahead and take over there and show them inside the hive. Keep it flat like that, otherwise it messes with the video.
This is a fresh new hive. We installed this or introduced this hive last week, and you kind of can already see this is hive's doing pretty decent. They're already, well, we already had some cone already built up for them from the previous hives, but you can see they're going pretty good. See if we can't see the drones. There was one here just a little while ago. But you can kind of see some of the bees coming in right there. Have the pollen and everything on them, which you can also see the guardian there, which which they've already started gluing these in pretty good. You kind of see all the pollen they got kind of in there. The one right there with the blue dot, that is the queen. And it's kind of the one that we want to keep an eye on the most.
All right, so we're gonna end the video here while he gets everything set back up, and we'll shoot some more footage about some other projects that we got going on today. So what are we doing here?
Oh, we're gonna clean up some of these frames that came out of an old hive. Clean up all the wax and stuff, and we'll use that wax to either we'll melt down that wax and purify it to where it goes from looking like that to what you actually see in the stores or in candles. You can either use a tool or you can use a knife.
Well, let's look at the tool. What's the tool look like?
That's the beekeeping tool. Kind of see the edges. It works really good for prying them up.
Oh, so that's what the hook is for, is to pull them up out of there.
Get them pried up. Of course, when I went and checked the hive earlier, guess what I couldn't find?
The tool.
So I had to struggle a little bit with my hands to get them pried open, but it works pretty good. Or you can use...
Oh, there's a bee. There's a bee. There's a bee. Don't move.
Or use a regular old knife to do it. It works too. Just...
So I imagine you could probably use like
a paint scraper or anything else, kind of whatever.
or a
you
chisel
have.
or something like that.
But
Okay.
don't worry about me cutting it close to my face. That knife wouldn't cut butter. It barely cuts that.
Yeah, but the scraper's designed for this. It's probably better.
And all you're kind of doing is pulling it up. And like, I kind of cleaned those out like there where they've changed direction.
Okay. So about how long does this take to do one of these boxes?
Oh, it kind of depends. To do everything here, it'll take me probably a good hour or so. You kind of...
So we got 3 boxes, and how many slats we got here?
There's 10 per slat. We run 10 frame boxes.
Okay.
And you can kind of see what...
Some of them are
you'll see what kind of they'll look like when you get done. They'll be all kind of clean.
Cool.
You said you can tell these came out of a hive last year that we lost.
So once you got all this cleaned up, you're going to use it to expand the hive you already have.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for the new hive we got, and when we go to split the hives, or when some of the wild bees start swarming, we'll go catch the swarm, and we'll go ahead and move the swarm over into these boxes to where we can add more hives.
Cool.
But that was kind of the idea of what we have showing for you. Is just kind of to give you a quick glance of how you do it, and
And once we have enough wax and everything, we'll show the refining process.
yeah, the refining process, it takes a little bit longer, and kind of like when you refine that down, it looks like there's some there. It's not as much there as what you really think once you start refining it. Once you start refining the impurities and everything out of it, and through all the process of it, it shrinks in size some, because it goes from being just like that, and you crush it up into that's a sheet.
It'll be even more smaller than that then?
Yeah, it'll get a little smaller because there's air pockets still in there. That's just a quick glance, and you can kind of see there's a little bit of honey in there, and everything else that's kind of in there once you break all that cone down.
So it'll make good smelling wax.
Yeah, and
cool.
We'll probably turn this into a small candle or something out of this one, to where we never have a shortage of candles around here.
All right, so we'll get this done and we'll come back with more.
All right, here's 3 pieces of beehive. Here's the actual refined beehive that it broke off of one of the
slots here.
Boxes for your base, for the bees to build on. And then there's just some pure the start of the wax where they're starting to build the cone and stuff up, and there's, you can see some used cone where they've used it and got honey and everything else in there, and you can see kind of the different part of the year they got. Just smelling it, there's smells a lot like clover, which we have a lot of clover growing around here, so I'm guessing they probably was making this about the same time clover was.
And you got wild strawberries that grow out over that way.
Yeah, all the white flowers out there, that's all wild strawberries that are growing.
So hopefully the bees will get into that.
Which we're about, if you, on the other side of the cabin, about, what, a quarter mile is where our hive's at.
Mm-hmm.
But the bees will travel all the way over here. They travel up to 3 miles in every direction to harvest, which, if you do bees, you kind of want to keep that in mind. They do travel quite a bit, and like the bean fields that we have all around us, and the chemical we put down for modern agriculture, kind of keep an idea of that when you do bees and stuff, because the insecticides will affect your bees. I know we had an issue with that a little bit last year when we started kind of thinking of our bees because of that, and that was why we decided to actually, original hive was over there, and under the trees, which it worked great up there last year up until the winter, and then they kind of this last winter we kind of had a rough winter, so the hive that was doing really good up to it.
And that's this hive, right?
Yeah, this was this hive. You can kind of see they still had.
So they were still active in here, correct?
Yeah, they were still active. You can still. This was the third tier box that we had in them, so there was still actual food.
So you
up
can
in
see
there.
right here, is this that one part of the wax that you were talking about?
Yeah,
And
way
then
back
here's
in the
the
bottom.
regular bee stuff.
Yeah, you can see the different, they were building this hive up. You can kind of see the different membrane going in there.
Here,
and how they were building
let's look at the one that has the full wax then.
the pure wax.
Yeah, so people can tell, you know, the difference.
You can, like I said, this one kind of got beat up a little bit.
So this is made
actual pure bee wax.
Okay.
And it kind of got a little hot, and it kind of melted before I got it stuck in there. And
now this is a plastic
This
backer.
is a plastic one. You can see it right there, and it's a coated plastic.
Okay.
Allows the bees to build a little bit quicker on it.
All right.
It's coated in this wax, and then I think this, yeah.
Okay, so this is the black one you were talking about.
Yeah, this is the black one too, and you can buy them non-coated or coated. I think this was a coated one, but I know I did have a couple that weren't, and you can definitely tell when they're not coated because it takes forever for them to start really building a hot cone on there.
So if it's already pre-coated in beeswax, they're actually more apt to...
Yeah, it gives them that much more quicker to get them the cone started.
So that's the 3 different kinds that you got there.
Yeah, there's the 3 different kinds of membrane I got. We are switching everything over to kind of to this actual pure beeswax.
And you said that you can get a mold to make that membrane.
Yeah, we'll actually eventually get the, once we start getting actual enough beeswax to do it, we'll go buy the mold, and we can.
Now, is there like plastic wire or metal?
Oh, there's
wire?
just little wires that's ran in there, and that all that, the vertical wires are there to kind of help stabilize it.
Okay.
Because unfortunately, I can pull this one up here. You said when they get hot, it does that. That's only downside to the pure wax. You can't leave it in your car in 100-degree weather, because you'll come back and you'll be missing part of your frame. Then you can kind of see we use some cotter pins there to kind of try to hold that wax in, or you can do it like that, where it's just fishing line that we ran there to kind of hold it up there. It works too, is they'll build right over it and it'll just keep on going. And actually these frames were not designed for this. They were designed for the plastic membrane, which you can tell we kind of modified them a little bit so we could use that. But
so you bulk ordered these?
Yeah,
until you can get the mold to make it until you have enough waxing, you get the mold, you just make it yourself and do a proper frame.
Yeah, I said these were for a hive last year that we never had to get. We got up to 3 boxes. That box never got kicked in just because we never needed the 4th box, but we had it ready for them. And by the time I was starting to get ready to put it on there, I got sidetracked and left it in the vehicle and came back, and it's like, yeah.
So that's what happens. Make sure you take care of it or you'll be starting over.
Yeah, so that's another video of us
starting over. All right, so gotta cover the bees and the barky dog.
Right.
All right, so we'll get more updates on those as we progress.
And on these are deeps. You can go shallower and smaller ones, because once those are full up, they're going to be full of honey and everything. That's going to be 100 and some pounds right there of weight and wax and honey.
Wow.
Unless you're not moving them very far, a mid or even a shallow might be kind of the concept that most people kind of like. That's why a lot of people like mids, because instead of 100 and some pounds worth of material you got to move, it's only 60 or 80 pounds, which is a lot more manageable than 100 and some pounds. And then even the shallow where it's 40 pounds. So that's another thing kind of keep in mind.
Fuzzy doggy.
But
Hush, fuzzy doggy.
like, I kind of like the deeps one.
Okay. So this is roughly what a stack will look like when you get
this
3
is what
tall.
kind of what-
Plus it'll have a cap.
Yeah.
So that's basically all it is. They'll just keep climbing up that stack until.
And then a divider after the top.
Yeah, we'll put a divider in here in between them to keep the queen on the bottom part. So she'll keep her eggs and everything down there, so they don't keep bringing it up. That way, the top up will be just pure honey and wax.
Awesome.
And
All right. So more to come on this as well.